What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Club and Country. It's episode number 19 and we start today's episode with match day 2 in the Bundesliga on the back of the victory in the season opener against Wolfsburg by 3-0 away from home. This game, our first one in Dresden in the Bundesliga era against Bayer Leverkusen, so super excited for it. I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but like the first home game of a season always feels more different than the first away game of a season. I feel more pressure, genuinely. I don't know why, I just want to make sure I win on the opening day in front of the home crowd. But still taking Leverkusen, obviously going to be a really difficult game, of course, against one of the Premier teams in Germany. First chance for no, just 28 minutes in, and oh yeah, what a lovely little goal this was as well. Ransford-Ubel with the assist, back healing to Daphne, who gives us the lead. It is so difficult to choose who starts alongside Ransford-Ubel. You know, Daphne or Gadikli. Of course, Gadikli was the former Leverkusen striker we signed, who last season had a joint most amount of assists in the two Liga. But despite how good he is at such a young age with the exciting prospect tag, I feel like Daphne has the better partnership with Ransford-Ubel, so it's a really difficult call, really, who goes up top alongside Ransford-Ubel. You know our number 35 is always going to start being the club captain now, but Gadikli or Daphne, I kind of share the game time between the two of them. There's not much difference in their overall ability, it's just who I prefer on the day. But still 1-1 there after Schick fired in the leveller, and for the second game of today's episode, RB Leipzig away. Now, looking this up, it seems like Leipzig and Dresden might have a little bit of a rivalry. I mean, Leipzig to Dresden, I looked this up, so 120 miles between the two places, so forgive me if I'm wrong now. For those that know more about German geography than me, clearly most of you, that might be wrong, but I think it's 120 miles, the gap between the two, so a little bit of a rivalry, I suppose, between these two clubs here. And heading into the game, my goodness gracious me, what a red-hot start. Took the lead early, and then 12 minutes in, Ransford-Ubel gets goal number 3 for the season already. Felix Agu with another assist makes it 2-0 to Dynamo Dresden. I was thinking, this Bundesliga lark is a piece of cake. Like, seriously, I am just going to be walking the league, going for 3 straight titles at this rate. But we all know the common story in, well, my saves, but in FIFA in general this year, really. You're never safe, regardless of what type of lead you got. The defending can be at times absolutely shambolic, especially mine, and there's always goals galore. So we were 2-0 up 12 minutes in, but then 21 minutes later we were back all square at 2-2 after Yusuf Poulsen fired in the equaliser for the host. So 2-2 heading to the break, surrendered a 2-goal lead, and then 10 minutes after the restart, Leipzig looking to complete the turnaround here and do what we've been doing for the years we've been at Dresden, being the comeback kids, and they do so as well. Nkunku with the strike into the top corner past Hubner as Leipzig take the lead for the first time in the game. Bit of a nice goal, to be fair. I was going to say poor defending, but a nice little turn there, saw him find the space, and the finish was class as well. So 3-2 RB Leipzig today, come from behind to lead, but again, these are the games in FIFA which are just so fun to play, but it's crazy how easy it is to score and defend. 15 minutes on the clock, great hold-up play, and then Albert Simon bangs in the goal to make it 3-3 in a 6-goal thriller. So yeah, 3-3 the final score there against Leipzig. So to start the campaign off, 1 win and 2 draws. Not a bad start, 5 points from a possible 9 to begin the Bundesliga campaign. And as we see here after the game as well, there was a bit here for Sascha Hubner, our starting goalkeeper. I forgot to change him to number 1, so sorry about that. We'll just pretend that the first 3 games he was wearing the number 1 shirt, because you know I don't like to change the number midway through the season. But yeah, I forgot to change his number to number 1. But of course, now that Kevin Broll has been sold, Milan Weiss is still out on loan at Young Boys right now. He is our number 1, and officially as well. So transfer deadline day will come around. We had about £13 million in the budget, and I thought based on the start we've had defensively this season, I know we had a clean sheet on the opening day, but that 3-3 draw against Leipzig was just so frustrating how leaky our defence was. I wanted a new centre half. The two I really wanted are out of our price range though, Felix and Jordan Torunariga of Hertha Berlin, but this guy was available on a relatively cheap deal. We picked him up for £5 million, which is just 100 grand over the market valuation. Yes, there's a sell-on clause, but as I always say, in the C and C, those are basically redundant. But for £5 million, Malik comes in. I'm not sure how you pronounce his surname. Four? I hope it is Four, because that sounds great. Malik Four. Malik Fiao? I'm not entirely sure. We'll call him Malik anyway, from Schalke. 21 years old, 72 overall. Seems like he has some decent potential, and he becomes our signing on transfer deadline day for £5 million. Obviously, defending has been our main problem since the series began. It was in the Free League, it was in the 2 League, and it seems like it will be in the Bundesliga as well. So what I really wanted was to give us more defensive stability on the wings. We've got that in Felix Agu on the left hand side, there's no doubt about that. He's been class since coming in. as our first signing of the season, as we reject this bid here for Finn Ole Becker, and that was our final bit of involvement in transfer deadline day. But yeah, obviously we spent 17.25 million on our 5 new signings for this season. It's crazy, we only spent the money on Agu and Malik, everyone else is a free transfer. But yeah, defensively that has been our main problem since the series began. I did want a class centre-half. I thought I might have enough to bring in Jordan Torreira, but I noticed that as I was getting through to transfer deadline day, he must have signed a contract extension at the Olympia Stadion, because initially I think the estimated fee was like at £13 million, which indicates he's only got 1 year left in his contract. When that happens, you can get the player for an evaluation. But yeah, as I was going through to deadline day, it jumped up to like £20 million plus. So unfortunately, we didn't have enough to bring him in. But deadline day ends, we leave around £8 million in the budget, just in case there's a deal available in January. Or of course, if we want to save it until the new season. As we know, when you put money, or I should say you leave money in the budget for the new season, you normally get a bigger budget the following season. But I'm relatively pleased with the business we've done in our first year in the Bundesliga. And we've got £30 million to work with. Felix Agu looks like a hell of a player. The freebies we've bought in, I'm very keen on Marcel Hartel. He looks absolutely superb. And again, hopefully Malik will be a decent centre after all. Despite the low starting overall, he does show great potential. And as you look at the academy here, there are still some decent players in the youth squad right now. You might notice that I'm training Ronnie Becker to striker, because I don't know where to play him. Like, I literally, looking at his stats, he looks like a jack of all trades but a master of none. He's way too short to be a centre-half. Clearly, in that three-at-the-back system, he's not going to be playing centre-back for us. But really, I don't know. Like, defence-minded, wide midfielder, playmaker. Like, I really don't know where he'd be best playing at. So I'm going to train him to striker, because why not? And we'll see whether Ronnie can thrive in that position. But anyway, we're still a 3.5-star team. I do think we'll become a 4-star team as the season goes by, though. Like, obviously we're a young team, so naturally we're going to be progressing all the time. So I think we will become a 4-star team not before long. And it's sure the league table to start the season off again, 1 win and 2 draws and no losses in our first 3 games. It's been alright. It's been a pretty decent start. And already it's again 7 goals in our first 3 games. That's the least surprising factor to start the campaign off. We are known for being a high-powered offense team. We were in the 3 Liga, we were in the 2 Liga, we were back-to-back top scorers in those 2 divisions, and we had the back-to-back Golden Boot winner in Ransford Yeboah. That is not going to change in the Bundesliga. We are all about high-powered offense. So for our final game of today's episode here, Schalke at home, as we aim for our first home victory of the season here against Schalke. Heading into the game, perfect start just 10 minutes in. It's that man once again, Ransford Yeboah, after a red-hot start. I know there were some pundits questioning, could he do it in the Bundesliga? Yeah, he can do it in the lower league, but can he do it in the top tier? Of course he bloody well can. He'll be able to do it in the Champions League when we qualify for that at some point. So 1-0 to Dresden. Ransford Yeboah with the opening goal in 23 minutes in. Albert Simon gets another goal as he makes it 2-0 Dresden with his second in as many games. So perfect start for Dynamo Dresden after a red hot start. And I did not stop there either. 30 minutes in, Felix Agu sent down the left hand side, and I mentioned him briefly earlier. I think this guy is going to be one of my favourite signings of the series, let alone this season, because he's just brilliant. He's already got that high defensive work rate we were training, so he's got high work rates, 90 stamina. He's absolutely rapid. I'm going to train his weak foot up next as well. He looks absolutely class. He gets his first goal for the club there and makes it 3-0, running from inside his own half to make it 3. And then about 18 minutes after the restart, still leading by 3, a chance to make it 4. Marvin Schaefer rolling it through to Ransford Yeboah. Quick little 1-2 between the pair, and again, nice little link-up play between the pair. And Ransford Yeboah already with his 5th goal in the Bundesliga. 3 straight golden boots, he's going for it, and I definitely believe he's got the chance to do that. So lovely little goal there, passing out from the back with Sasha as we go 4-0 up. But as I was searching for my second clean sheet of the season, unfortunately we'd lose it with 12 minutes to go. Boateng makes it 4-1, and then, well, I don't really know what happened for this goal, to be honest, guys. As I always say, I never try and sweep anything under the rug or like clip things out so you wouldn't see the howler. Don't ask me what I was doing there, man. I think I just got a bit cocky with Sasha. Totally gifted the ball away. And Schalke scored 2 goals in 9 minutes to cut the gap to 2. Thankfully, there were just 2 consolation goals, but either way, very cheap goals conceded, especially the second one. Before to the final score, our second win of the season. 2 wins in our first 4 and 2 draws as well. And the least surprising thing about our start, as we sit in 6th place in the table with 8 points on the board, 11 goals in the Bundesliga in just 4 games, and we're the top scorers of the division so far. yeah, Dresden have arrived. Everyone knew this was going to happen. We are the high-powered offensive team in Germany. But well, it's this episode of Club and Country, guys. So big thank you for watching. Hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, then please do drop a like. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode of C and C very soon.